3, 2, 1, 0.
What up? Welcome to Dynamite Rocketship. I'm your host, Toby McMullen. Please subscribe to the YouTube, drop a comment, all that jazz. If you're listening to us on the audio, on any audio platform, subscribe there as well. We are on all of them. My guest today is one of my favorite people on planet Earth, an unbelievably talented writer, director, maker of films and cinema. He's the greatest. We've known it. He's one of my longest running friends. You got to check out his movies. You can check out The Good Mother on Hulu, which is excellent. Please welcome to the program, Miles Joris-Peyrafitte.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Oh, fucking yeah, dude.
What a pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, my tattooed amigo.
I feel like I've seen you now in like 4 different establishments. This one is beautiful.
Oh, shout out Forbes Studios, the incomparable Andrea Allen for housing this here program.
Great job.
Yeah, man, a bit of a vagabond out there on the net.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's nice to pop in and see you in all these different stunning vestibules.
Yeah, you're like, man, you're still going, huh?
It's like, dude, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much. You just got back from France.
I did, dude. And Luxembourg.
Is Luxembourg its own country?
It is, dude. Actually, what I got there, our train was all fucked up. So we ended up having to take a cab from Frankfurt, Germany, which you would think is like forever. It was only 3 hours, and they dropped us off on the opposite side of Luxembourg than we were supposed to go.
And Luxembourg is, because I hear Luxembourg, I think city. Is it its own country?
There's one. It is its own country.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
I don't fucking know,
They
dude.
have their own language. It looks like Bruges.
What do they speak?
Luxembourgish, brother.
Luxembourg. Oh, not very creative.
Luxembourgish, but they grew up speaking like French, German, Luxembourgish, English. But they dropped us off on the opposite side of the country that we were supposed to be on. Which I was horrified when I looked at the map. I was like, oh, we're fucked.
Yeah.
And it was a 25-minute drive to the other place we had to go.
That's like, it would have been worse to get dropped off in Queens and had to go to Brooklyn.
100%.
Oh,
100%.
It's a fat country, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, we were there dealing with like family stuff, and then was in Paris for like 10 days, and it was so sick.
Hell yeah.
So sick. I used to have like deep beef against Parisians because my family's from the South, and like I have like a redneck accent.
Yeah, you have like a hillbilly French accent.
Yeah. Like my girlfriend is from South Carolina.
Yes.
And when I hear her family speak, I understand how Parisians think I talk. And but this time we just had the greatest 10 days ever. It was beautiful.
Yeah, food off the charts.
Food was off the charts. Also, like coming from New York, it feels like way cheaper.
Yeah.
Like you look at like rent there and shit like that, and like a 3-bedroom is like, they're like, this one's pricey. It's like $1,600,
dude.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, it's a great price, but then you got to be surrounded by French people. Am I right, gang? Look out. Okay, come on. We're having fun, dude. Yeah, that's nuts. But do people smoke?
Oh, everywhere.
Like they used to? Yeah.
Big time. I think it's making a comeback, actually. I think that like when the world it feels like it's going to end any day, people are just like, man, well, we're just going to. Because France is now saying like, we're going to go to war with Russia. So I think all the French are just like,
wait, are they really?
There's like, they're posturing.
Oh, well, no wonder the rent's so low.
Literally. Dude. My friend was like, it's not a great time to move here. Maybe after the war.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like I see less people smoking cigs now than ever before. I see more people smoking cigs on the train than I do like in life.
Yeah. That's like that's like you've like given up on something critical in life when you're just like, nah, I'm doing it.
Fuck it. You ever smoke on a train?
Dude, yeah, I smoked on the L. I got stuck between Bedford and First Avenue, and I was with this guy who was losing his mind.
Yeah.
And he like deeply like alcoholic shakes, bugging out, thought we were all like doing special effects on him, and he was like,
"Are you doing CGI, bro?
Literally.
Are you doing CGI, dude?"
Literally. And I was like, I was having a panic attack because I get really scared when I'm locked in trains or small spaces.
Yeah.
And something about I just like stood up and went up to this guy. I was like, bro, you're having a panic attack, dude. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, for sure. I am too. And he was like, oh man, we're going to die. Like the water's going to come in. We're going to drown. And I was like, that's probably true. You're like, so we like bonded about dying. And then I was like, I do have a spliff. Do you want to like smoke it in between the train cars? And he was like, for sure.
Dude, sick. I saw a homeless guy pull that same maneuver not 3 nights ago.
It's a great maneuver.
It's a classic for a reason.
It's a great maneuver. Yeah. And then the second we like smoked it, the train started and we're like jumping up and down, like hugging each other. It's like, yeah, it was sick.
Just magical weed, dude.
Yeah, it was great.
So okay, I wanted to talk to you about this.
Okay,
but but we already kind of did, so I know that you haven't seen the whole thing. But the rip,
yeah,
yeah, loved it, dude. I loved it, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about it. Is that I think it's one of the smartest movies I've seen in a minute. Not in terms of its, not that it's like the cleverest writing or whatever, but what I found fascinating about this movie is Ben Affleck, Matt Damon's king of the 90s mid-sized movie, right? Yeah. They're both, they're talented Mr. Ripley type stuff.
Amazing.
The $50 million movie, the movie that doesn't exist anymore, basically.
Correct, yeah.
And that these guys are so good in the way that they're navigating the modern cinema landscape, right? Their company, Actors Equity, everyone from the cast and the crew gets rev share on this movie based on performance on streaming, on Netflix. Never been done before. So sick. Shout out to them. But what's funny is watching these guys play the Netflix algorithm game, where it's like watching them inside of this new medium in which they're and very openly talking about it in interviews and shit, where they're talking about how, when you're writing a movie for a streaming service, you reiterate the plot 55 times, and you like all the algorithmic tricks you play. And I thought that was so interesting to watch, like guys who you think of like movie theater guys. They're willing to play the game. And that they're like, okay, obviously Ben Affleck Matt Damon is going to be in The Odyssey, which is like the most movie coming out this year, right? Yeah. It's film and it's cinema and it's movie, but they're in this thing. They're like they wrote a movie where it's basically all on one set. They didn't write it, but this movie is all on one set, basically, for the most part. There's a few, 2 or 3 really big action moments, and then the rest of the time it's just like character based. And I thought that was so interesting to see how their approach changed based on the distribution.
Yeah, I think that those guys are like kind of geniuses at what like their approach to it was super smart, and even the transparency of like, yeah, you have to reiterate it because you're making something for a medium where people are second screening the whole time, and like that. I found that a little bit taxing in the beginning. To be fair, I didn't turn the movie off because I wasn't liking it.
Yeah,
I turned it off because my girlfriend Kelsey is always like, let's put on a movie. Oh, it's a great movie. And then within 60 seconds, she's asleep.
She's asleep, dude. Yeah.
And then if I continue watching it, she's like tight at me about it.
Yes.
She's like, I want to finish it. So
there's no greater pleasure in life than scrolling through 4 different platforms for 45 minutes, finally setting on something, and the person you're watching it with is fucking out, dude.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm always just like waiting for her to be asleep so I can put like Cheers back on.
You ripping Cheers, dude?
Oh my god, I love Cheers.
Norm's an all-time guy.
The whole shit, the show like rocks. It rocks. But that was like what comfort during COVID was like. I never watched Cheers, and I was like, I want something that's cozy. But that or Seinfeld, I put on to go to sleep every night. But also like it's very easy to make fun of like the Netflix thing of you have to reiterate the plot, you have to do this, you have to that, but like ultimately those like the film industry, that's not new to the film industry, there being like these like sort of insane rules and like codes, you know what I mean? Like there was literally the code where you couldn't do certain things, you had to find workarounds and stuff like that. So like those limitations can sometimes yield like interesting stuff, and it really depends on like the artists behind it, and I'm sure that they did a cool job because they're really good filmmakers and really smart. And that director is like I can't remember his name right now. He's a really good action director,
Yes.
So, yeah, but it is funny because I wasn't looking at my phone. Yeah. So in the first like 20 minutes, I was like, man, I've said the rip a lot of times.
You will never see a movie that loves acronyms more than The Rip. Everything is an acronym. TNT is the squad, the tactical narcotics team.
And they even make a joke where he's like the TNTs or something, and she's like, no, it's just the tactical narcotics team.
Yeah.
It's not the team.
Yeah. The TNT. It was like when people say ATM machine. But dude, that movie has more acronyms than maybe any other movie produced.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't really follow it, and that's why I was like, now was a good time.
Oh, I thought, there is a lot of exposition. There's a lot of, I mean, Ben Affleck is like smoking in a bathroom in a police station, which you're like, tight, fuck yeah.
Also with his 2 guns, dude.
Yeah.
It was very.
And one of them belongs to his dead partner. Come on.
It was very like, It was very. It felt almost like a Halloween costume of a cop.
It's sophisticated dad porn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about when I say dad porn, like Tulsa King.
Yeah.
Or or
all of the others.
Justified.
Deadwood, dude.
Deadwood. Cocksucker.
Cocksucker.
That's all I know about that show is that they just said cocksucker a lot.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, but has that affected when you're writing scripts and thinking of projects? Has that kind of stuff does that affect how you approach stuff?
Not the like literal you have to reiterate the plot, but starting like 10 years ago there was really this, maybe not even 10 years ago, there was really this push of like you need a dead body in the first, like it's like the first season of White Lotus. Like the first season of White Lotus, that show starts with the body, like you see a body bag when he's in the thing.
Yes.
That was not in the show at all. They had to like shoot that because HBO was like, no one's going to like sit through this whole show if they don't know someone dies.
Right.
So in that way, yeah, like they're like, you need something like huge at the beginning. It's sort of like,
you need a hook. It's almost the exact same thing on social media when you're devising something that you want to be seen by people outside of people who are familiar with you. You have to use all of these tricks.
Right.
And the thing about it, and that's something that I struggle with, where it's like, you don't want to make things specifically for the way that they're going to be consumed, but those sort of things are almost necessary. And it's like, if Netflix is telling you, say the plot 5 times, they're like, buddy, we did the research.
Yeah. No, for sure. And that's the thing. It's like, to a certain degree, you can be furious at them. To another degree, it's like, at what point do you become just like pissed off at the audience?
That's the thing. It's the consumer's fault.
For sure. And also like my fault. I do like, we're watching Homeland right now, which I've never seen. Like my girlfriend yesterday was like, every time the show gets stressful, you look at your phone. I'm like, I know, I need to like I know,
dude, America's in danger.
They're about to blow up a bunch of boys and girls, dude.
I've never seen Homeland, but I love it when people get into shows like 15 years too late.
Yeah, that's my MO, dude.
Dude, like if you were like, bro, I'm fucking fired up about 24 right now.
Well, dude, cheers. Also, I watched Breaking Bad like 2 years ago.
Oh, that's sick.
But I like doing that because then you can just like dig in and like waste a month on just that.
It is nice. I mean, I am so just bankrupt film and TV wise. I've seen everything. It feels like there's everything is slowed down so much that so few new things are coming out that it's like, dude, it's tough out there. I don't think
I have like a closer friend that I disagree with more about movies than
correct.
You. And even when we were in school, we wrote. I don't think you remember this. There was like a newspaper. We like co-wrote a movie review page.
Yes. You've told me about this. Yes.
But even then, it was like you were like 30 Days a Night's going to be the sickest movie in the world.
Oh, and was I wrong?
You hated it when it came out.
That I was wrong then. We all
now
grow.
I was like, it's kind of fun.
We all grow and we learn. But I'm sure that was just me being like, it's not a comic book. I mean, Josh Hartnett is an American treasure.
Big time.
For sure. I was so disappointed with Trap.
Yeah, I fucked with it.
It was an advertisement for his daughter, dude.
I just saw him and his daughter at the bar next to my house, and everyone was like, M. Night, dude, what the?
And was he ordering drinks and going, I'll have a vodka martini with a twist?
Oh, no.
Dude, if I was a bartender and M. Night Shyamalan sat down,
Yeah.
if you think I'm not ripping a with a twist show, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. I hope he does that. I hope he has fun with it.
Yeah, I like that movie, man. I mean, I didn't really like them, but I did. I enjoyed it.
Can I get you? I'd be like, Mr. M. Night, can I get you some water? Don't worry, there's a lady in it. The heated lady in the water, right? Okay, sick. Yeah. Was it hard to?
Now I'm like just trying to think of other M. Night movies.
Oh, was it hard for you to get here, or could you see the sign?
Damn, dude. Damn.
Yeah. The food's great here. It really hits your sixth sense. Not great. I don't remember any more M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Like you're getting old.
Oh yeah, M. Night, you're looking a little old, dude. Just being mean. It's like not even really a joke. I struggle with his movies because they're all PG-13, and if you're gonna do a horror movie, I feel like I want to see someone. You can't say fuck. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine seeing a ghost and not saying fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shoot.
Rats. You finally watched Begonia, which I've been telling you for a minute.
Dude, Begonia is fucking awesome.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
Yeah,
right?
I really, really, another movie very similar in that it's like they put all of their money into how they're going to shoot it, shot it on VistaVision.
Yeah.
But then the actual movie itself, it's like 8 people.
Yeah. And like some of the greatest performances.
Oh yeah, dude from Breaking Bad was great in it.
Jesse
Plemons, he's awesome.
All-time GOAT, dude. He's so good.
And
everything he's in. What's that? I'm not going to remember the name of it. But yeah, he's unbelievable. I love that dude. And Emma Stone is always like just a rock star.
And
the cousin.
The cousin's awesome, really, really good,
dude.
And Stavi turns in a heater, dude. What a crazy! I did not, no spoilers or whatever, but I did not see that coming.
That's what I told you. I was like, you're gonna have no idea where it's going, but it's so fucking funny. And he does it, and his press tour for that was like Oscar worthy, and it's
a tour. I mean, he's the most talented dude. I got to work on a thing, and he came in to do some stuff on it, and it's like, oh yeah, you're a generational talent. Yeah. You're just worthy of all the. I mean, I already thought he's like the nicest guy, so talented, so funny, and then just you can tell he's put so much thought and care into like his going into this new direction of being like an actor kind of dude. He's brilliant, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah, I really love him. I'm trying to think do you see all the Oscar movies this year?
No. Who's nominated?
The nominations are now, yeah, but it's like everyone knows kind of what it's going to be. One battle
after another. I really like the VistaVision. That blew my mind. Like seeing that, it was so upsetting in a way where I was like, they had IMAX in the 50s and no one fucking told me.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck, man?
And like CinemaScope back then too. Like, yeah, they had really dope formats.
I thought Leo was unbelievable.
So
some of it was
Benicio, dude.
Do you think he just wakes up and looks in the mirror and goes, "Damn, I'm the fucking man," huh?
Dude, I would. Have you seen him young? Like he's in this James Bond movie, License to Kill.
Yeah,
and like there's never been a hotter dude on the planet.
I don't remember him License to Kill. Is he?
Oh my god,
that was Piercy Bras, right?
No, it's Timothy Dalton.
Oh yeah, the one and done.
No. That's George Lazenby.
Oh, true.
Timothy Dalton did like 3 or something, but he's in that one. He plays like a bad guy, and it's out of control.
I love James Bond so much. My parents are huge. That's probably their favorite franchise. It's either that or Star Trek. So I grew up watching all of that. And when you go back now, man, is Sean Connery really slapping ladies in the face? It's crazy.
Yeah, on and off screen, bro. Yeah, he brought his work home with him for sure.
He was like, what would be good in this shit?
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, I James Bond is one of the most fun. It's so of its time, and it's almost like Godzilla movies in that it's.
In that it's a metaphor for nuclear power.
Yeah, but it's also like it's so goofy, but everyone at the time took it so serious. It's like I love it. It's like the original Fast and the Furious.
Top 10, dude.
The top 10. I saw a meme that was a shot of from the first Fast and the Furious, and it's like when they're setting up the street race, and it's like a low tracking shot with
the booties.
Yeah, with a dumper in it, and it's like. And the caption on it is, "What the hell happened to asses?" Because it's like a reasonable human ass, and now every ass you see is so incredibly bulbous. It's like, dude, what did we do to dumpers, man? I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, no, it's very valid.
Yeah, and now everyone's like, I have a small ass, you can't see it from the front. It's like, what are you talking about?
It's a medical condition, dude.
Yeah.
Elephantitis. Bro.
Yeah, whenever I see BBLs, I'm like, man, you just really injected your face into your ass, huh?
That's so funny. Have you entered the debate of the new Bond situation?
No, I don't know who I would put as the new Bond. You gotta, because Idris Elba back in the day, I always thought that was a great choice.
It would have been the sickest, like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, but now, dude, I don't even know. Dude, give it to Stavi.
Oh my god, I can't believe it never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, he'd crush.
What are they doing? He's not even on a short list.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know who I would put. Who do you think would kill it?
I don't know. It's a really hard one. I don't know if he'd be a great Bond, but I just love this Josh O'Connor kid.
Who's that?
He's like one of the biggest actors alive right now.
Joshua Connor?
Josh O'Connor.
Josh O'Connor.
He's in the last did you see the last not Glass Onion, but that series?
No. Oh, yes.
He's the priest in that. He's awesome. He's so good. He's in the new Kelly Reichardt movie.
I want to like the Knives Out movies so much,
yeah.
And then they just kind of don't hit for me.
I like everything about them except for the stories.
Yeah, dude.
Like
as a dude who really loves a good mystery.
Yeah.
That's why I love The Rip.
The first 5 minutes of Glass Onion, he's like, "It's a glass onion, dude."
Yeah. I don't. Something about it just doesn't hit. It's like. I'm just a simpleton, and the twists are always like he wasn't actually murdered.
Well, that to me is like the thing that like, cause I'll watch the movies and have a blast during it the whole time. Cause the filmmaking is so good, the performances are so good, but then always at the end, I'm like, there was no way to logically get to this point. Like if you're the audience,
yes,
and that always bums me out because I'm always like that's the fun of like a mystery is like for some people, I guess, but Rian Johnson is the man, and like Brick was like when I was a kid, that was probably the coolest movie I'd ever seen.
Oh, we were in agreement on that. I ripped it off for an English paper.
Really?
Yeah, I turned in a paper that was I was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was due the next day, so I just took a bunch of Adderall and I was like, "What do I do here?" And I just wrote Brick. And I turned it in, and I remember our English teacher was like, I mean, the plot is so good.
The writing is dog shit.
But the lack of punctuation is very concerning. I was like, yep.
Did you ever get caught cheating at our high school?
No.
Dude, I did in the dumbest way possible. I told the teacher before class I hadn't done the reading.
Yes.
And then we had a pop quiz on the reading, and I aced the test. And she was like, "You told me you didn't read. How do you know all this stuff?" And then she like put my test next to the kid next to me's test.
Yeah.
She was like, "You cheated after telling."
Oh, dude, I didn't know that was gonna be I thought that wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought we had fucking doctor-patient privilege around here.
Confidentiality. Dude.
Client doctor privilege. God, I'm dumb today. No, but I did. I had a very similar thing happen where I can't do math.
Oh, buddy.
All of Algebra 2, I was just cheating. I was just copying. I didn't do anything. I didn't read the book. And I got to class early, and the teacher, fucking Adrian,
hell yeah,
he had his head in his hands. And it was like a true like, how do I get through to these kids moment, where I was like, you okay, buddy? And he's like, I don't know what's going on, man. It's like no one's understanding this stuff, and I feel like I'm doing a bad job expressing it. And I was like, well, this stuff's pretty hard. He's like, no, I mean, you get it, man. You're acing everything. And I had a moment where he was so vulnerable that I let my guard down, where I was like, yeah, this stuff, it's really hard. I don't comprehend it at all. And he was like, but your tests are all great. And I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, the royal eye, dude, doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I showed up to high school, I had never sat in a classroom before. So I had never taken a math class. I had ever. So I got to algebra 2, and it was literally like a Korean class. Like, I had no fucking idea what was going on.
The second they introduced letters, I was like, what are we doing, dudes? You're breaking the rules. We have a social contract here.
English is next period, brother.
Yeah, I was like, I allowed the parentheses, all right? but X and Y,
I can write in my mind.
This is a step too far, dude.
That dude sat with me, though, every day after class for like 45 minutes to just try and explain to me what numbers were.
Oh, dude. That's what I mean. A true gentleman and a scholar, an unbelievably kind dude who like really cared about education.
Yeah.
When I went back to to a reunion, I only went to one. Do you ever go?
I went to one.
Yeah. That one was enough for me. But the whole reason I went was they emailed me and were like, would you do stand up? And I was like, yeah, and then I filmed a whole video on it, now since privated on YouTube due to its gross embarrassment. But it was humiliating, first of all. It may be the hardest stand-up gig I've ever done.
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
Dude, it was in the theater, which is like the high school theater, and the audience was comprised of hammered drunk alumni from all generations, mostly like 60, like people in their 60s, with like old drunk people, and then kids I went to high school with also drunk, and just the most humiliating. I mean, dude,
they hated your squirting bit.
They hated everything I did from top to bottom. I tried to make a joke about there being like all these teachers there. And I was like, I've never done a set in front of people I've lied to this much. And
that's good.
They hated it. They weren't about it. I got heckled by Sufjan Stevens' niece.
That's like a low point in anyone's life.
She was like 8 years old, man. She was like running around.
Yeah. She's like, give him the light.
Dude. And I was like, can I swear? Can I not swear? It was fucking miserable. But at one point, we're like walking through the campus, and fucking Adrian, our old teacher's there, and we're just like catching up. He's like, how you guys been, man? Oh, wow, you're living in Chicago? That's sick, man. And I was like, how's like the student body or whatever? He's like, it's good, man, but my thing is that like if kids show up here and they've been drinking and smoking pot at home and they do it here, it's understandable. But the last thing I want is some kid coming here and starting to drink and starting to smoke pot, because I mean, you guys were real straight laced when you were here, so you get that. I was like, I was hammered every day.
Whoa.
And it was this moment of like, do I break this guy's heart and be like, no, I just got away with it.
Not only were you hammered every day, you also had a map of all of the motion sensing lights on campus to go out and smoke.
Dude, it was like my own version of Jailbreak.
Escape from Alcatraz.
Dude, yeah, I had all the motion sensor lights tattooed on my body.
I went back once to show my first film there. Like, after I made As You Are, they invited me back to like show it to the students.
10-year anniversary of As You Are out is happening right now, by the way. You should check it out.
Yeah. There's nothing to show for it yet, but we're going to do something, I think. I'm hoping, dude.
Dude, I'm thinking you guys got to do a premium Laserdisc drop.
Dude, that's what I'm trying. Yeah, I want to release it on like 1,500 floppy disks. Yeah. Scatter them around. Scavenger hunt out.
Yeah, you can watch this movie a minute and 30 seconds at a time.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun because it's a movie about teenagers. So like showing it to a bunch of teenagers was cool. But yeah, it's a trip to go back. I don't really do it much. I visited there more than I visited my college again, though. I like never go back.
See, my trick was I just didn't go to college
Yeah, you went.
for about 5
But
minutes.
didn't you show up to a scam or something?
Well, it wasn't a scam. I just did no research. I didn't. And the marketing behind this place was unbelievable because they marketed it as
Trump University. It was like,
dude, and I was like, wow, yeah, dude. And you know, I was like unaccredited. Who gives a shit? No, the marketing
stakes.
The marketing for it was the Chicago College of Performing Arts. So it was like unbelievable, all of these marketing things. And I did the audition in New York. And I think that the only reason
That should have been the first red flag.
well, there was like for performing arts schools, I don't know if it's still the same way, but they would do these almost like press junket style auditions where it's like a conference center or whatever, and each school has its own room, and then you go in and you audition with you do a dramatic and a comedic monologue, whatever, because it's like I wonder if it's different now, but back then it was like all these acting schools were mainly focused in like, we will teach you stage acting.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like very classical in that sense. And I went in. It was the only school I got into. I auditioned at a bunch of places. I auditioned for FSU, has like a really good theater program, people say. But when I did that one, it's like a bunch of like real theatery.
Yeah.
Everyone's got, ties on and looked like so presentable, and I was in like a hoodie.
You had your Woody Allen fan T-shirt.
Yeah, man. I looked like a fucking bozo. I'm sitting there in a goddamn Baker skateboard hoodie, looking like a fucking idiot. And I was like, fuck, I'm so underdressed for this. Everyone is so much better than me.
You're trying to play Zip Zap Zop with them.
Yeah, and then it's like all kids who went to like magnet high schools for performing arts.
Yeah.
It's like kids who went to like LaGuardia in New York. And
Timothy Chalamet.
yeah, dude, it's fucking Chalamet looking like a goddamn piece and a half. And when I did my audition, they break you into different rooms. And the group I auditioned for was literally the guy who built sets and the lady who did the lighting. I got the absolute B squad. I mean, dude.
They were like, this guy's unlightable, dude.
Dude, well, I'm looking at all the guys who are going to audition for the fucking main guy, like the guy who runs the program down there, and they're just so handsome. They all look like the guys who'll be on the rowing team at Harvard. They're just like chiseled jaws, just classically. And then the group,
the Winklevoss twins.
and I'm just stuck down here with wannabe character actors. I'm in the absolute freak. It's all the freaks are down in the basement, brutal. But this audition I did in New York, I go and I'm waiting around for forever. I go into the room. The room's empty, and I'm sitting there for like 15 minutes. And I was finally like, dude, where the fuck is this guy? And it was I bombed every audition I had done up until that point. And then I had like a break in time where I did a bunch of auditions for like Juilliard, and they were like, what, dude? No. I really thought I was going to be like a real actor. And I had a break in the I auditioned for a couple places in the morning, and then this was like 4 p.m. So I had like a couple hours to kill. I went to the homie's place he was living with his parents at the time in Union Square. And I was so down on myself and just like so miserable. I was like, I suck. I'm bombing these auditions. And then he was like, you want to fucking hit this bong, dude? And I was
Jonah's house?
Yeah.
I knew it, dude.
Yeah. And we got stoned. And then I went to this audition. Just blind confidence. Just for whatever reason, I didn't get the anxiety weed that day. I got the pure. I mean, it was probably because I was fucking 17 and weed still worked like normal. And I'm standing around waiting in this room for 15 fucking minutes. This guy's nowhere to be found. So I look onto the desk. I see his business card. And then I just walk into the lobby, and then I just walk around the lobby where all of the people who are doing the auditions are like hobnobbing. And I hear a guy go, something, Chicago College of Performing Arts. And I walk up to him and I go, hey, are you such and such? And he goes, yeah. I go, I'm Toby. I have an audition with you 15 minutes ago. And he was so flustered and so embarrassed. I think that's why I got in.
Oh, sick.
He was like, this guy can't act for shit, but the confidence to come find me. He's got some sort of gumption. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but brutal. And then I pulled up, and then it was Roosevelt University, which is a C-tier university for bus drivers. It is brutal, dude. It would be like finding out that you auditioned for the acting program at DeVry.
All right, don't talk shit about it.
I mean, right? A great program, great
Accredited.
Actually fucking accredited, dude. Oh my god, are you gonna move to France? Because if you do, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed,
Dude, I was thinking about it. Not for nothing. I was really thinking about it. When we were looking around there, it's just like it makes you feel like you can call yourself an artist and not like get beat up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're kind of like, oh, this is very chic, very cute, dude.
One of the things I've heard about Europe is that they don't. It's never like here. One of the first things you ask people is like, "What do you do? Like, what do you do for work?"
Yeah.
And over there, it's less of that. It's like, "What do you make?" or like, "What are you into?"
Yeah. Yeah, more of that. Yeah, you don't really. It's kind of like weird and rude to be like, what? It's like asking somebody like, so what are you pulling in a year?
Oh,
You know?
oh, I do that all the time. I think we should all be way more transparent about how we make money.
Totally. I agree with that.
I mean, if I go into an apartment, I look around and
First question.
dude,
You guys dropping on this bad boy.
Yeah, dude. What, you don't? I want to know. I'm like, what the fuck are you paying, bro? 14.5 or 45 Let's go. Good for you, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was shocking. The price of shit there was like, I mean, Paris is still expensive, but they also, so like the rent is like half as much, but it's also because they make half as much.
Yeah.
Like if you're making 60 grand a year there, you're doing like good.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Are they on? They're on the euro.
Yeah, bro.
What? Don't say it like that. I'm asking you. That's not how you educate, dude. You're like people who were like, I've never seen Indiana Jones. Like, you've never seen Indiana Jones. It's like that's not how you get people to learn and watch things.
All right.
And share. You know, I'm really dumb in most aspects of, but then I'm pretty knowledgeable in other areas.
It's true, dude.
So
No.
you know, you gotta have some grace.
So they're on the euro. They used to be on the franc. They're on the euro.
Dude, on the franc is such a fun. Yeah, they're on the Greg, dude. What's this cost? 45 Gregs?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I love it there. But New York, I mean, I've been here so long and grew up in New York State and Albany, so like New York is it for me. But there is a party when you are in Paris for a second and you're like wearing turtlenecks and shit where you're like, I could make this last.
Yeah, dude. How quickly from the plane landing to you're in a cafe drinking a coffee, hand rolled cig with a beret.
The drive from the airport. like easily.
I feel like, you know, when you land in Hawaii, they put a layer around your neck. In France, they just give you a scarf and a beret. And
They give you like a cigarette and a tiny coffee. Dude.
yeah. They're like, here, take these jazz albums.
Yeah. No, it's nice. It's nice. But for work, it's like a whole. I'm like trying to get into that because like the film industry in the States is so crazy right now.
Yeah.
By crazy, I mean like relatively dead. That there is a part that's like, I want to go make movies in Europe, dude. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Does working overseas, does that hurt your ability to make movies here? Because you're operating outside of like the unions.
It's like anything could hurt my ability more.
Yeah. Okay, fair. But is there, because of the way that unions control the entertainment industry, which is a good thing, by the way. No, we're pro-union around these parts. But is there anything where it's like, oh, I'm going to go outside of the system and I'm going to go work over here? Does that hurt your stock here at all?
No. It's a totally no. And in fact, it can kind of help because the union thing is really about the jobs. That's what they care about. It's like if I'm making a movie here without unions, and they find out, that would hurt.
Yeah,
you know?
then you're a fucking scab.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's like so little money that they don't care, you know. But here they'll like flip you. They'll do all kinds of stuff, which is like crazy and brutal, like getting flipped.
What's getting flipped?
So if you're making a movie for $2 million or something, and that's like a really difficult budget range because it's enough money where you should be fully union. And like a lot of movies will be like, we can afford to do this union, but we can't do that union. But SAG, it's always SAG. You know? But if you're not like, if you don't have Teamsters or if there's some union that don't have on board and like they find out, they'll literally send somebody to your shoot And if they can get the majority of the crew to agree to flip the movie, then it means that all of a sudden you have to retroactively pay all of the union wages and dues and overtimes and all of that, which for a movie that size, a lot of times like sinks the movie. Like there's a few famous examples actually of comedians making movies that were non-union and then getting flipped in the movie, dying in the middle of the shoot because they just didn't have the money to do it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's like, but it's also a protective thing because if you're treating your crew like shit and paying them badly and all this, then for the crew it's a way to be like, all right, fuck you, then pay me, and give me, pay into my union shit, my insurance and all that, which is right. They should be because there's like, I'm not in a union and it sucks. Like I don't have health insurance from a union. I don't have anything like that.
Right.
Mostly because the movies I made, the one union we can't use is the DGA because it's too expensive,
Dude, that's so brutal to be working on a project that you're like, I have to be the one that takes the hit here.
Yeah. But at the same time, you're so excited and lucky when you get to make a movie. You're like, yeah, you can beat me. Like, I don't care as long as I get to make it.
Yeah.
But in France, it's slightly different. In France, like up until like 3 years ago, they were having like wine at lunch. Like insane. The second half of the day, everyone's fucking drunk and just like marching around. But they only work 8 hours a day.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, but also they have a law, the auteur law, where like the director legally has final cut. Like you can't take, like every movie I've made in the States or in Canada, the director doesn't have final cut.
Right.
So,
and you're also like, you're not only do you not have final cut, you're beholden to like whoever's putting the money up,
Exactly.
the studio or the production company.
Yeah, because you're convincing some like random person to give you millions of dollars and they're like, their main hustle is in something else. They're like a VC or they do, or they inherited a bunch from like a cosmetic company or something like that. Whereas in Europe, the money's coming from the government.
Right.
They have no concept of like, you just find a rich guy and convince him to give you money. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But they have like going through that process now on a film. It's like the amount of bureaucracy you have to go through is so insane. Like it's so much more work than here. Like here, you just need to like get a guy drunk and be like, right, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be sick. And there you have to like apply and do all these like forms and applications and hand all this stuff in, and then it goes through a committee. And they're
oh my god, you're just at the DMV going, it's a coming of age story. And they're like, you need to fill this out in triplicate.
Yes, literally. Yeah. It's crazy. But it's cool. I mean, it's super cool. I would love to make a movie like that where like I don't have like some mobster like blowing down my neck being like, so this is gonna be an action movie. We're gonna sell like to all 4 quadrants and across the world, right? And you're like,
I noticed a lack of cold cuts in the script.
yeah.
So Mike, if we get sort of restaurant here, it's a real classy joint. My cousin owns a spot in South Jersey that I think could use a little publicity.
Oh man, I'm like wondering if I can tell this story or either of you. Well, I made a movie once with a financier who I think now is like on the run from like the people he borrowed money from, but he would meet me at a very famous Italian restaurant here in New York, and he would just have his back against the wall in the back of the restaurant, and he would just be like, sit down. And then he would try to convince me to put his girlfriend in the movie or like anything like that. And it was always like, I was like 20, I'm not going to say. And it was just terrifying. Like this guy on the first day of shooting, we're shooting, well, that's going to give away the movie. Never mind. Yeah. Never mind. But he calls me the night before the first day of shooting on the scariest thing I've ever done. And he goes, hey kid, this is a lot of money I'm giving you. Don't fuck this up, all right? you better not fuck this up, okay? Because I'm on the line for this. I'm on the line, and like there's a bunch of guys who really want their money back, so don't fuck this up.
Hey, kid, that action set piece in the third act, we're gonna have to cut that. The jets didn't cover. I'm a little light.
Literally, dude. Literally.
Dude, well, I find the whole process of making narrative stuff to be so insane. Like, I was telling you that I had like the dumbest epiphany of all time, where it's like we're shooting this thing in this warehouse in Brooklyn, and I was like, it's so crazy. We're like surrounded by like motorcycles and dirt and grime, and it's cold, and then people are gonna act in here.
Yeah, that might have been what blew your audition for acting school. Dude.
Yeah, man, I don't think I really.
You're like, am I supposed to come up here and pretend?
I still think I could do it. Yeah. I think I have the capability, but I would need a very patient person. my problem would be I would just want to make jokes.
Yeah,
and it's like that's not good. But what was it like going from, you know, you make As You Are, and that's like real scrappy, you know, that's like true like indie festival, we're just pure passion, to working on a movie with like a real budget, with like a real pro crew. Like, how was that for you? Was that, I mean, I imagine it had to be pretty fucking intimidating.
It was super scary. I mean, the movie I did after As You Are was called Dreamland with Margot Robbie, and she had the script. She liked my first film, so she hired me to make it, which was like an insane trip just to like have her reach out to do it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But it was also, I also knew going into that this movie was like underfinanced and overfinanced at the same time. So like, it was underfinanced for what kind of movie it was. It was like a 1930s period piece if they wanted to be like Days of Heaven meets Bonnie and Clyde. But they had $6 million to make it, which those movies would normally be made for like 30, 40, 50, million. But at the same time, the market just like doesn't work the same way. Like, it's not like, there is no... the market's not looking for a 1930s like Dust Bowl movie. So it was this weird thing of knowing, first of all, it was maybe the only time I would ever get the opportunity to do that, solely based on the fact that like it was Margot who wanted to do it, and she had just done Suicide Squad was coming out. She was like on her rocket ship to, where she is now. So she could kind of convince them of like, no, we're going to do this and you're going to give us the money to do it. And she was like the greatest ally ever. The crew I had before that on As You Are was great, and they were all professional. I think it was the size was really daunting at first. Like, just our office. Like, As You Are, we were all living in a house making the movie. All of a sudden, we're in Albuquerque. I'm there for 4 months, and we have an office that's the size of a middle school. Literally. Yeah. And we have rooms that are just like stuff from the 1930s. It was so fun, really scary, and I don't know, you adapt quickly. Like, I think that on that movie I really learned like the only thing, there's so much going on when you're making a movie, like all you're doing all day is,
I don't.
Well, but even on the movie you're working with, like, you see the apparatus around you is really big. There's so many people doing different things. When you're directing, you're just getting asked hundreds of questions every hour, and you're saying like, yeah, the blue one, the blah, 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 the blah, blah, blah. And that can, if you start to second guess yourself, then all of those decisions start carrying like disproportionate weight, and you can get really paralyzed by that. And so on that movie, I really learned that like, you have to remember that the only thing that matters is like what you see inside that little frame. Yeah. So it's like when you're on set and everything is going crazy, and your first day of shooting, we're shooting a Dust Bowl movie, the whole point is that it hasn't rained in a year, and we show up for our first day of shooting and there's 3 inches of snow in a place that hasn't snowed in 100 years.
Oh, sick.
You know, and all of a sudden everything is covered in snow and everything is dripping wet. And, you know, so then all of a sudden you can either just like put a gun in your mouth, or you start saying like, all right, well, let me look at the little, you know, box and see where I don't see snow. That's what we're doing, you know.
Bad news, boss. Your border set's covered in alligators. You don't know what to tell you. We're shooting this thing in Minnesota, but God, alligators everywhere.
Yeah, dude. I mean, gnarly. But yeah, so you just sort of have to like create more filters, and also like that's where hiring comes in. So because like you're hiring people who are better than you in every department, and you're basically just like giving them the rubric of your decision making, and then they're doing a huge amount of work and bringing you options that fits your rubric and vision for that movie. And then they're also saying like, you didn't think about this, but this is dope, and blah. So you really like, if you get cagey and like protect yourself, you're like shooting yourself in the foot.
Right.
You need to kind of like be open and excited and take everybody's ideas and like mine them for better shit that you wouldn't have been able to do. You know, because the cool thing and the shitty thing about being a director is like you get a disproportionate amount of credit when it's successful and a disproportionate amount of credit when it sucks. You know,
That wasn't even my idea, dude.
yeah.
That's the fucking sound guy. Piping up when he shouldn't.
yeah.
That's
what I since I was a kid, like stand up was one of my favorite things. Like when my brother went to college, he left me. My brother's 12 years older than me, and he left me two things. He left me a boombox that had Nevermind in it.
Hell yeah.
And he left me a laptop that had Live on the Sunset Strip, Richard Pryor in it.
One of the best ever.
Yeah, like just unbelievable. I couldn't, and those two things became like my obsession. But for me, like stand-up has always felt like so antithetical to filmmaking, and so exciting because it's like, no, it's just you.
Mm-hmm.
It's you. And it's the crowd, and you're like navigating your material, you're working on it, you can sort of pivot, you can do, you know, you have this like freedom of mobility that when you're making a movie, it's like, if I want to shoot from here to here, that's an hour and a half in between, because when we were doing this, all the trucks had to go over there on that side of things, and now I want to do this, now we have to move 30 trucks over there. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to,
or we're shooting this way, and then it's 2 months later and we're shooting that way. Shit like that is fucking crazy.
Yes. I've never had that much time to shoot a movie. It is also crazy to think about. Like I was just watching like the behind the scenes of Amadeus yesterday. And like they had like movies used to have like 100 days to shoot. You know, it's like they would just be like, today, like I'm kind of gassy, dude. Like, let's take the day off. You know, like that doesn't exist anymore. It's like, you know, you shoot your movies and if you're lucky, 25 days. Like if you're super lucky to get 25 days.
And that's like, all right, we're done at 3 a.m. and we're back here at 6.
Dude, that's like literally half the amount of the time it took them to shoot the scene in Sorcerer when they're trying to get the truck across the bridge.
Dude, I want to see that so bad. I haven't seen that movie, but I just saw I got served up a clip that was about. I was like, you need to see this fucking movie. It's awesome.
It's so sick.
Yeah, but that whole thing was like a massive set piece.
Yeah, it was like $3 million for just that set piece, which is like nowadays like $25 million just for that piece.
Yeah,
it's just 10 minutes of the movie. You know what I mean? Like so it's sort of like a different reality, and you have to kind of like gauge. Like stand up is like. The reality, I guess, is somewhat different because of like clips and social media, and there's a different like onus.
It's changed the writing.
That's changed when shit. But like ultimately, if you're doing a set, like that's the same when you go up as it was, you know, when Lenny Bruce was going up, right? Like the actual craft of it. Now it's like it's totally different. It's like if you had to do your hour in 5 minutes. Yeah, you know, it like doesn't make sense,
dude. Yeah, I went to a taping last week. The homie Dave Ross, great comic, you'd love him, dude. He's right up your alley. It was him and another guy. They were doing they co-headlined, and they each did sets that's going to be released only on vinyl. And the first half is Dave, and the second half is the other dude's name.
Like an old like punk EP, dude.
It is. It's on a punk label, which I also forget, which stinks of me. But shout out those guys, they rule. And watching the sets was so cool because because it was like, we're doing this thing for this album, it's like a niche thing, so all of the material was like, and it's just the way Dave is as a comic, and the other guy whose name I don't want to fuck up, so I'm just not gonna say it, but they, especially the second dude, all of his jokes were very long. It was basically, he did basically 22 minutes of all one bit, and it was so refreshing, because everything you see now is so tailored for short form. And I was like, oh yeah, this is what, and it's like affected my like feelings on the thing as a whole, that it's just like, if this doesn't have a strong, clear hook and premise that's fairly broad, then it's not going to play on social media for the most part.
But don't you think that like ultimately the people, like there's going to be people who are going to be like even back in the day, like Hedberg is somebody who like weirdly would have been perfectly suited to like now.
Oh,
whereas,
he would have done insane numbers,
right? But
he would have dominated Twitter.
But that was like a little bit off for like that time in comedy then. Whereas I feel like ultimately the people, and I think that this is the same for film, and this is like a struggle that I'm constantly thinking about. It's like the people who are chasing how things are working now and what things are working now are always going to be behind the 8 ball on the thing that's going to work next. Because there's anytime something becomes sort of like the status quo of this is how it's done, it's going to be the thing that breaks that's going to be the next thing to hit.
Yes.
You know, like I think that's the case with movies. It's even the case like with technology, like these little cameras and stuff like that. Like to me, movies made like that are like sort of more exciting than like it's in cinemas or it's in VistaVision or it's this or it's that. It's like the second you figure out the medium, it's the problems with the medium that become the interesting thing about it. Like I just shot after my last film, I like needed a reset. It was like such a difficult experience, and you know it was. We shot on Sony Venice 2s. We had the best lenses. It was still a very small movie, but it was a very small movie where we were spending so much to try to make it feel as big as possible.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was like chasing something that I couldn't quite catch the whole time because of that. And then after that, I was like, I just want to feel like the love of making something again, and what it's like to be with 3 great actors. And so we made this short on like $200 Sony Handycams, and it was so fun. And then I like went through the color grade and did everything. I think it's like the best looking thing I ever made. It's like I've shot on like 65 millimeter and all this stuff, and like seeing these like little Handycams looked so good. It was like, I remember when I was a kid, that's how I started making movies. It was on like the HVX and stuff, or the DVX. And I remember being like, man, this sucks. This doesn't look like Spider-Man.
Dude, that's been my whole life, has been like, I'll make something really good once I get this piece of gear.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. And actually, like a lot of times when you're like fetishizing that thing, you're like forgetting about what's important about the piece. And that becomes so much more important, especially if you can find a harmony between the limitations and the narrative goals. Like with this, with the short, it was supposed to be this kind of like cutty little comedy thrillery thing in New York, and moving a huge camera around, like we wouldn't have been able to shoot we shot in Times Square with no permissions or anything, because all of our camera people looked like we dressed them up like tourists.
Yeah,
like they were just like filming a real argument that was going on. And all of a sudden it was like there was like a match of what we were trying to do and the way that it looked, that all of a sudden felt like great, and felt like, oh, this is the production value is through the roof. Like, I've got 15,000 extras in this movie, dude. You know. So, but I think that there is something connected to that of like chasing the way that it's been successful or being successful, or what's the mode now. It's like, yeah, you have to sort of like clip farm your material and do all that, and like there's a reality that you do have to do that. It's the same thing as like you got to put a body in the first 10 minutes of your movie so people know that someone's gonna die, you know. But at the same time, I think that like the really deep shit happens when you go like, I know that's what you're supposed to do, but like, what if we do this thing instead? And what if we just say like, we're going to do it this way because this is cooler? Yeah. And that can fail 80% of the time, but like the 20% of the time that it doesn't, I feel like that's when you actually like push the medium forward in some capacity, you know, like Lenny Bruce not just going up and telling jokes, but actually like going through some shit, or Pryor, you know, doing his little match joke, which I think is still the funniest joke that I've ever
So funny.
heard in my life. You know,
I saw a thing about Peter Jackson, and he was talking about it was like him showing his homemade Steadicam that they.
oh yeah, for yeah, go on.
Yeah, but and he's talking about they shot this whole movie on a Bolex, and which is like a hand wound spring action camera that can only record for 30 seconds at a time. And he made a whole fucking movie that way. And I was like, dude, I'm such a fraud. If someone was like, this camera only records for 30 seconds at a time, I would be like, what a piece of shit.
I think it's like 15 seconds.
And this guy was like, we're making a movie, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, and that movie like launched his shit, you know. But that's yeah, that's the thing with phones also. Like Sean Baker is like a great example of a guy who like,
is that the guy who did
he did a Nora like a couple of years ago, but Tangerine.
Tangerine. I was about to say Orange Juice.
You're like, a movie from
right.
Concentrate.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
But like that's a guy who is just like, I'm gonna do it like this because it's gonna let me do all this other stuff, and I can shoot it with whoever I want, and I, you know, so. Not that works for everything, right? But I think that, and those were iPhones from like 12 years ago, not even the ones we have now. Like, they're terrible. But it matched with the thing. So, yeah, I always try to keep that in mind because you get really stuck in these modes of like, I wanna be in conversation with what's happening now. I want to be, you know, I want to be one of those guys. And then you realize like none of those guys are those guys because they were like, I want to be that guy. Yeah. They were all just like, yeah, I want to make this movie about these like trans people in LA, and like no one's going to give me all this money to make it. So I'm going to make it with my phone and find the greatest real people I can and make something fire out of it, you know? But yeah, I don't know why I was saying that.
No, you're 100% correct. It's like anytime you try and chase it, it doesn't work, and you just have to be authentic, which is so annoying. It's like, God, I wish there was a shortcut to everything. Just fuck it. It's
there is, dude. It's AI.
It's AI, dude. We got to get the AI in here. Oh shit, we gotta get you out of here. But dude, thanks so much for coming in. You're the absolute man. I think that you're so thoughtful and talented, and I just love you so much. God,
I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy.
10-year anniversary, as you are. Go watch that shit. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Anything else you want to mention or throw out there?
No, man, I'm not promoting anything. I'm just here to hang out with my boy.
Fuck yeah, dog. Have a real good hang sesh. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you back here in 1 week. Later.